Welcome to the Pasco Pathways Expo. You're here because you want to find out about the Center for Gifted Studies at Thomas E. Waitman Middle School. We serve gifted students who are zoned for Stewart, Centennial, Pasco Middle, and Waitman, and some hub-based transportation is provided. If you decide you want to apply to go to this program, you have application dates, but I'm going to give you a secret information later about how you can apply even past that. So in Pasco schools, we have a theory of action. We are unified in our mission and our vision, and the point is to make sure that all of our students are getting a world-class education. And our 5 components of our instructional excellence vision include thinking critically, building strong content knowledge, taking ownership of our learning, utilizing resources, collaborating, and communicating. Many of the valedictorians for Wesley Chapel High have come through our program as we feed to them pretty regularly. Samantha Politano, who graduated in 2017, said that her time in the gifted program prepared her to demand more challenging material and also helped her self-confidence grow, and to the point that she was ready to take on the world. Now, this may be your first child that's coming to middle school, and if so, they are arranged by teams in middle school, much like pods in elementary school. And here, it's the bobcats and the cheetahs that serve our gifted population. In 6th grade, that'll be Miss Martin, Miss Myers, and Miss Williams. And in 7th and 8th grade, it's me, Miss Abercrombie, Mr. Ackett, and Miss Smith. All math classes are not part of the gifted program. Students are put there based on their math performance on standardized tests and quarterly exams. So what's the difference between gifted and advanced? Well, advanced is going to always be based on performance. In advanced programs, students have to maintain a B or better, and teachers don't really have any special training for advanced courses. Gifted, however, is a way of thinking, of being. And gifted kids are still gifted regardless of how they perform. And they have really distinct learning and emotional needs that are best served by a program staffed by trained teachers. So we are the only self-contained gifted program here at the Center for Gifted Studies. All other gifted services offered at different places are inclusion. So inclusion means that they will have high achieving students in the class, but they won't necessarily be gifted. Now in the inclusion programs, teachers are sometimes trained in gifted needs. At least one of the teachers will be. And there could be 1 gifted kid in the class, there could be 20 gifted kids in the class. But the curriculum tends to match what's done only in other advanced classes, and it's not necessarily differentiated for the gifted. And they generally can't talk about giftedness in a class where not everyone is gifted. In our self-contained programs, such as here at the Center for Gifted Studies, it's only gifted students who are in the classes, and they have a minimum of 3: language, arts, science, and social studies. All of the teachers of those courses are trained, endorsed in gifted needs. Class size still applies to us, and the curriculum, we often have a great deal more leeway in the curriculum and being able to tailor it to our students' needs, and we can talk about what it means to be gifted as often as we want. So gifted language arts here in our program, we do a lot of researching and writing. We focus on our speaking skills, both in class and for the district. We have a very strong vocabulary development program, commonplace books, portfolios. They start these in 6th grade. We keep work samples for 3 years. They show them to parents and do student-led conferences. And then parents are involved on a weekly basis through planner checks. And we read more novels than most other language arts programs do. Did science, we try to be as hands-on as we can with our investigations and our demonstrations. We have a lot of technology, also based on research, and this one's really good for nonfiction reading strategies and test preparation. And Mr. Ackett's 8th grade science class is a high school physical science credit now. In our social studies program, which is U.S. history at 6th grade, civics at 7th, and world history at 8th, also research skill based, lots of primary and secondary historical documents. All 3 grade levels participate in the National History Day Fair. We really work on those communication skills and being good citizens, and we cross-curricular with the other subjects when we can. Throughout our program, we have a strong technology use, and that's just increasing all the time. We do both independent and group work. Teachers are approachable, accessible. We want to work with the families. We want to establish that relationship early in 6th grade. It's a stable program. Our teachers have been together for years. They're trained in the needs of gifted students, but it's also a dynamic program that grows and changes as is needed. And we have an affiliation with the USF through our professional development school relationship. Because we're that self-contained program taught by teachers who are trained, we know how to work with both the typical gifted student and the unique ones too. Promise you that we rely on your support and your input, because kids change as they come to middle school, and they could be experiencing both academic and social, but also emotional changes. And sometimes your kiddo changes right in front of your eyes. We're here to help with these, and as a partnership, I know we can help move them on successfully to high school. So some of the most common challenges we see in our middle school gifted students: underachievement, maybe they're used to getting all A's and then suddenly they're not; perfectionism, taking way longer than they should to do the work. They have anxiety, sometimes brought on by the perfectionism or their time management issues. Occasionally they're socially awkward, and probably 75% of them have organizational skills challenges. These are embedded in all of our gifted programs as far as strategies and skills to help them manage these challenges. Now, in our program, we have school-wide involvement. Our kiddos get service hours. They're involved in the community, in JHS, Odyssey of the Mind, any kind of school program. They're not segregated or kept away from the rest of the school. They're highly integrated in our sports and our band programs. They're often leaders. We generally have multiple Odyssey of the Mind teams, including those that go all the way to the World Finals. If you are not zoned for Waitman Middle School, you can get HubBased Bus transportation. This year that was based strictly on getting your child to Pasco Middle School, but we are working on expanding that. So how can you choose this program? Well, you do have that one choice to do it through the application window, but you also want to make sure that when you complete your articulation forms in February, that you put TEWMS, Center for Gifted Studies, on the form so that I get your paperwork. Also, send Miss Abercrombie, that's me, an email, and I'll keep an eye out for your paperwork, and that way you receive an invite to our EP meeting in May. You can actually choose to come to us at any time in middle school. Even if you're enrolled in one of the other programs, you find out it doesn't really work for your child, you absolutely can come to us at Waitman. You have a legal right, your child has a legal right to get these gifted services. Our main goal while they're with us is to make sure that they are thoroughly prepared to meet the academic and emotional challenges of high school and life beyond that. We're going to challenge them here. We're going to really try to get them to the point that they have to change any bad work habits that they have. Sometimes it's not easy, sometimes it's loud and whiny, and I promise you, they come out the other side better prepared to handle whatever high school or life throws at them. Any more information, you can contact Miss Abercrombie at the numbers on the screen and the email. That's my cell phone number. You can text. It's not a bother. I look forward to talking with you and teaching your child for multiple years in the future. Thank you for listening.